Once upon a time, in a faraway place, Spain, there were seven sisters reunited for an important mission to found Bluefields, Nicaragua.
Guided for the voice of Madre del Divino Pastor and the company of the religious sisters, they follow their difficult mission.
They pray and prepare everything for their journey. In the Barcelona port, a little ship waited for them.
They were nostalgic and afraid of what would come next. The journey was difficult, but after 20 months, on May 23, they arrived to Nicaragua.
The sisters arrived to Managua, Nicaragua for Barcelona, Spain in 1923. Their mission began with the direction of the normal school of Managua.
Their influence in culture, education, and instruction improved this place significantly. Christian education was encouraged above all.
The congregation also had a training house there, but it was destroyed by an earthquake on March 11, 1931.
Following year, in the same city, the sisters opened a school and it worked normally, but in 1972, another earthquake destroyed everything again.
With faith in God, they decided years after to reopen the school, but this time far away from the capital.
They had received with a lot of love thousands of children
from families that want access to a high-quality religious and cultural education.
On July 11, 1953, the Capuchin Sisters arrived to Costa Rica from Nicaragua to begin the Growing Foundation.
They arrived at the parish of Our Lady of Guadalupe. They came for the call of the Rio P. Núñez.
The Bishop of San Jose, Monsignor Ruben Odio, welcomed them and gave them his blessing in the growing work.
The year 1958 was very decisive for the congregation because the school stopped being a parish and gives way to the opening of the first school directly from the congregation in Costa Rica.
It started working in 1958 with the name of Divino Pastoral School, having its first baccalaureate graduation in 1960.
On January 7, 1986, marks the beginning of a new apostolic work in Colombia. It is the answer to the educational need of the city of Villeta.
In the beginning, the high school is attended for our sisters of the community of La Magdalena village that is half-hour away of Villeta.
Until April 23, 1989, the community of Capuchin Sisters of the Mother of the Divine Shepherd settled in this town.
School starts with the first 3 grades of primary school and increases year after year. In 1994, the first promotion of high school graduates.
Guatemala, a country in Central America, in southern Mexico. It has volcanoes, tropical forests, and ancient Maya sites. Guatemala, officially known as the Republic of Guatemala, is a sovereign nation of the Central American continent,
whose territory was part of ancient Mesoamerica. one of the cradles of civilization, and the birthplace of the Maya and Olmec cultures.
The Mother of the Divine Shepherd High School is located in Santa Catarina Pinula in Guatemala. This high school emerged as a response to the need for students not to travel to the capital to continue their studies. The doors of the educational center opened in 2004.
The results achieved by the high school in these few years have been quite relevant, since most of the graduates have managed to acquire a job and many of them have subsequently entered the university, combining their higher studies and their working life.
Mother of the Divine Shepherd High School in Guatemala has been of a great help and important in many aspects for all her current students and alumni.
April 7 was very sad. The storm struck again and the sisters asked God for his help. The sailors didn't understand what was happening. The tests continued. The ship stopped in the middle of the sea.
"13 long days passed until the sound of a siren announced to them that there was land. It was Cuba, an island in the Caribbean. The ship seemed tired again. It stopped without a reason in the middle of the sea.
A day later, on April 18th, the sisters celebrated the feast of the Mother of Divine Shepherd. They remembered their sisters in the congregation. They knew they had a mission to finish, and one of the sisters was sick. This also made them saddened and distressed.
The ship arrives at the port in Santiago de Cuba. The 6 sisters recovered. The movement of the ship was what caused her discomfort. Arriving in Cuba, it was a great party. The Capuchin Sisters were received with music, flowered garlands, recited poems, sang songs, and shared with all the people of the population.
The sisters visited several cities in Cuba, but they thought that the month of May was coming soon, and they had not yet reached their destination, so they left the island.
The Capuchin Sisters of the Mother of the Divine Shepherd have the occasion to evangelize in different communities around the world. They aim to carry the evangelical message of teaching and guiding their students through the Christian worldview and the possibility of establishing a coherent dialogue between faith and culture.
The grace of the religious vocation is to invite the Spirit to a donation of love, through which life becomes a song of praise to God, which is love and mercy. The wish of its founder is that evangelization be carried out with children and young people of modest classes. The apostolic file of its educational and missionary communities in Spain, Italy, and Latin America is very diverse.
With regard to the missionaries in Italy, the existence of a group of sisters is known to take care of a priest who is considered one of the most important in Italy, as well as the establishment of educational centers for young people, among others. The sisters fulfill their mission and promote other missions in different churches and monasteries of Italy. One of them is the Holy See, the highest institution of the Church, the Vatican, a sacred place for the Catholic religion.
However, religious freedom and peace in Italy wasn't always like that. Since a long time ago, Fray José Igualar, when he was already working as a Capuchino, beginning his way to the priesthood, was exiled from Spain. He traveled from town to town of the Mediterranean coast of France to Arezzo in Italy. But Italy wasn't the right place to live after his exile due to constant persecutions, so he had to settle in France. This reminds us that no matter how difficult it is to maintain faith and fulfill Franciscan missions, we always have to seek the common good, guiding others to have a life close to God.
The works of Father Josep Tous Soler has spread around a lot of countries, and 68 years after the first foundation in Ripoll, Girona arrived in Cieza, Murcia on August 22 and September 14, 1980. The first religious arrived opened the court on September 16 of that year.
It was an improvised school donated by the City Hall, located in Martínez Pareja Street, today Cadenas Street, a place that until then occupied the local archaeological museum.
The sisters experienced many complications in the first years. After much prayer and putting into practice the phrases that the founding father had instilled in them, which was faith and trust, a lot of trust in the Lord, they started seeing things the way the Lord showed them.
They also gained strength to fight against the current and overcome difficulties. On June 25, 1994, the new high school was inaugurated. In 1993, we celebrated with great joy the 75th anniversary of its foundation in Cieza, La Perla del Segura.
Numerous cultural and religious events were carried out, as well as the traditional chocolatada in which more than 600 ex-students congregated.
We are going to talk about important people in our school. We will start by mentioning our current principal, Sister Edith Alvarado. Sister Edith is the principal in charge at the time of the centenary of the Capuchin Sisters.
Aiding valuable labor force to the institution was possible thanks to the sister Ana Maria Cubero.
Sister Miriam served in the school for 36 years, and under her command, the infrastructure of the school was improved. The administrative offices, the chapel, and the court's roof were built.
One particular achievement is the construction of the gymnasium, which was possible thanks to Sister Belkis Roman. This is the largest and most functional infrastructure in our institution.
We want to give special thanks to all the sisters that have worked as educators, counselors, and administratives during these years.
I'm really grateful for all the opportunities that the sisters have given us to grow as individuals, classmates, friends, but more importantly as citizens. It has made a great difference in our world.
I would like to say thanks for all the knowledge that I have learned, for the experiences that I got, but the main reason, for all the awesome people that I have met.
I would like to say thanks for all the opportunities that I have got. I feel very blessed to be a student of Colegio Madre Divino Pastor High School.
I really want to thank all the sisters for being an amazing support for all of us along all these years, also for giving us a top-class education and for being an example in all aspects as students and personal lives. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, I am Angie Rodriguez and I am the English professor in charge of the Conversational English Technology class in our institution. This is a project conceived and produced by our seniors. These kids are absolutely amazing. During the past weeks, they investigated about the missions and the holy work of Blessed Josep Tous Soler, and specifically the creation of the Capuchin Sisters of the Mother of the Divine Shepherd, a congregation devoted to pastoral care and teaching young children around the world. This year, a year that has been like no other in the history of humankind, we wanted to count our blessings. Despite the state of social distancing we are going through, our seniors continued working on this project and made it a reality. I want to give Esteban Fuentes, one of our students, my utter admiration and appreciation for being the editor of this video. As Eric Whitaker said, these days our strength relies on the premise that we are souls on desert islands sending electronic messages in a bottle to each other to keep our hearts burning with the certainty of a new day to come. This is a message of hope. We will come back to our school and reunite with our school family. Until then, stay strong and be of good cheer. With gratitude and optimism, let us celebrate the 100th anniversary of the missions, educating with love. Happy 100th anniversary. Enjoy.